Hello and welcome to Matrix Live. My guest today is Benedict. He's the CEO and co-founder of Connect2X, and Connect2X is one of the sponsors of the Matrix conference, so a warm thank you to them for supporting the Matrix ecosystem and the conference. Benedict is here to talk about what Connect2X does, and in particular, he's going to talk about Tammy that you can see on screen right now. Benedict, welcome back. I think it's the second time you're on Matrix Live.
Yeah, hi Thibaut. Thank you for the invitation. Yeah, actually, it's the second time. The first time, my colleague Michael was also there too, and we talked about our SDK and how we're using it for TI Messenger. And yeah, but today I'm fully here for Tammy and our open source community stuff. So not so much the commercial side of the thing.
All right. So I can see on your screen Tammy. Can we get a taste of what Tammy is? Can we have a live demo of it?
Yeah, sure. Tammy is a multi-platform matrix messenger, so it's running on desktop natively, on Android, on iOS also soon. We're working on it, and also on web, but web is still beta because it's not so performant as we want it to be. But we try to have we try to make a really simple messenger that can be used by just normal persons, not a pro client, and more just a user messenger. And we also try to make it performant and do a business with the underlying architecture. So this is just a front end for our SDK, and it's also just only a theming of our SDK because our SDK also delivers the UI, and Tammy is just a flavor of our SDK product.
So when you say the SDK, you mean Trixnity?
Yeah, Trixity, and on top of that, Trixity Messenger, because Trixity is just on the protocol layer, and Trixity Messenger puts a lot of work in making you as a developer, making it easier for you as a developer to create a custom matrix messenger with all stuff of customizations. And so Tammy is just the flavor of it and just the default. So what you see is the default messenger, but you can customize it in every way you want.
All right. So how does it work? Can we see a few conversations in it, maybe?
Yeah, but because I'm struggling with element start time right now, maybe we close it first.
Right.
And I started again, so you can see how fast it's opening because it's a native messenger. So it was nearly instant. And same on the other platforms, you have instant experience. You don't have to wait for a sync or loading of the database. It's just there. And yeah, we also added a really cool feature the last few months. So I can show you the first one. It's the rich text view. So we can render all the HTML stuff that the matrix spec is defining. And I think it looks really nice. We also have these bubbles here. So you can click on the profile or link to rooms and all sort of that stuff. And at the end, it's just a messenger. It doesn't look very very exciting. It's just really simple, but yeah, everyone says making a messenger is easy, but it isn't. It's really complex, and we all know it. All Matrix client developers know it, and yeah. What do you want to see more? Oh, I can show you the some of our customization we added to the user settings. So you can change your accent color if you want to. You can enable some high contrast, but we're also working on other accessibility settings like screen readers and all that stuff. And you already can change the size of your font if you're struggling with a small font size, or you can change the whole display size. Maybe you want have everything a little bit smaller. Yeah, but this is just the user settings. At the developer, you also have more options. You can completely customize how message bubbles are rendered, or the room list is rendered, or member list, and all that stuff. We also have a wizard. So if you first time log in, you see the wizard and get the options for this client, can change privacy settings if you want to, notification settings, and yeah, the device verification, we've already done it. So yeah, it's we try to have a clean but really fast messenger here.
Right, you said it was simple, and simple is not always exciting. I would say simple is pretty exciting actually, because simple usually means more maintainable to me. And I really like that you put the focus on performance and doing the basics right. This is something that really resonates with me. But my next question would be, why create Tammy? Is it because you wanted to have a demo product for the SDK, or is it because it was missing some features or some flexibility in other clients?
Yeah, it's mostly because open source is in our DNA. So we created this company to make open source and earn money with it, have funny developing open source and giving something back to the community. So Tammy always was on our high priority list, but we waited until it was ready. So we released it last year, if I remember correctly. We could have done earlier, but we wanted it to be ready to use. And so it's not just a demo, it's something that we use ourselves every day. So it's my daily messenger on my smartphone, on my desktop. And we also have family members that are already using it. I guess currently it's not used by so much people, but I guess because not so much people know about Tammy.
Right. And so do you plan to do you want it to be used by the general public? Do you want other organizations to use it, take it, customize it? What
Sure,
are your plans?
that's also an option. Usually, you would use Tammy and fork it to make your design, your customization. So yeah, you can use it as a base to create your own messenger, to fully customize your messenger that you want to have, and so that's it's the pro side, the pro commercial side that we have. But the original intent was really the community support that we want to give out.
All right, so we will get back to the commercial side in a minute, but before that, you said that Tammy was released last year initially, and it's a simple messenger. Is the development very active? Do you regularly introduce new features?
Yeah, we definitely regularly introduce new features. So this one that you see here is a new feature. Also, the PDF reader that we have included, it's just a preview, so you cannot select text or also sort that stuff, but you can see, okay, what have the other person sent me to. And also this PDF is already working on all platforms. So we are all features that we are developing on the commercial side are introduced on the Tammy side immediately, because it just Tammy is just a flavor of the commercial product that we have. And we are working on Matrix RTC, so introducing native video calls also on all platforms, but this is a lot of work. So all the spaces is a lot of work and all that sort of stuff. So the feature that we want to introduce take a lot of time. So if you see new feature, then they are so small that you don't notice them as a user, I guess. But we are working on it, and everything we do commercial is landing in the open source client too.
Right, and do you have a roadmap, or are you going wherever your customers bring you?
We don't have a roadmap. We have plans for features. So we want to have Matrix RTC this year. We also want to have Spacer this year, but they are just priorities. And if a customer comes and have another topic on the high priority list, then other topics have to go a step down. But this is because we are a really small company, we are just a handful of full-time developers. So it's taking time, but it's steady outcome that we have here.
Right. So we talked about the commercial side. So if I'm an organization, for example, and I say, wow, Tammy is doing exactly what I need, but I would need to tweak this and that to make it exactly to my liking or to fit my branding. Can I get commercial support to make sure I'm not messing up with Tammy and somebody who knows what they are doing can support me in doing it?
In principle, yes, but as I mentioned earlier, we are not a huge team. So if you're planning to use it commercially, you usually want to use the, I guess, the dual licensing that we have. And within the commercial license, you will get support for it. So if you're only using the open source version and also publishing your code open source, it may be hard to get support from us because there is a cost benefit calculation on our side, and just support is not so good if everything is already working. So you're making a support contract, but the other person don't need support, then it's more heavy to create all these contracts than the outcome is for a small company.
Right. You talk about dual license. What is Tammy's license?
It's AGPL, and also Trixity Messenger is AGPL. The protocol layer Trixity is Apache 2, so there are many commercial products building on the Trixity layer because it's Apache 2, and mostly we don't get any contribution from it. But for the Trixity Messenger and the Tammy side or the TI Messenger side, the commercial license is available and can be used to give something back.
Right. So you said you talked about dual licensing and it's also AGPL v3. Does it mean that external contributors need to sign a CLA to contribute to Tammy? Yeah.
Sadly, we have had to do it because otherwise the commercial license would be not durable. So yeah, we have this, but we also keep everything open source as it is. So we will not take features and make it closed source. We don't have any interest in that because it's not our DNA. Our DNA is open source, having fun and giving something back to the community.
Right. And if I remember correctly, there are big players in the ecosystem that are using your products without giving anything back. And this is what led you to having to do some dual licensing
Yeah,
so you can
exactly.
support your development.
Exactly. We had Trixity with Apache 2, and maintaining all that layers and so much code is hard if no one gives something back. So we had to do the step to do a licensing. Same as Element does, I guess.
Right. A sadly common tragedy that a lot of people will just take some free work and repackage it and benefit from it without giving anything back to the upstream.
Yeah.
So to everybody looking at this Matrix Live, if you benefit directly or indirectly from Tammy, please support Connect2X because it's better to support your upstream, of course, for the sustainability of your own project. We talked briefly about signing a CLA. Are you actively open to contributions from the broader community, or is this something you can occasionally do but do not really focus on? Because it can be difficult to accept contributions, actually.
Yeah. Right now, because there are nearly no contributions, yeah, we are open to contributions. And if we have the point that it's too much, we will mention that. But right now, we are really open to it. And if you find a bug and want to fix it, or if you just want to get a bit insight, you can just take a low-hanging fruit issue that we have just to give something bad or back or have fun. And yeah, we invite you to contribute or just play with it around. So like maybe adding a new theme, like an Easter egg, we could add a Windows 98 like theme here. So maybe someone want to have fun there or just want to make it a bit more modern, the look. We are fully open, and the Tammy side is really thin, so you can just check it out and try a bit with the theming, and maybe you find something that helps the complete all the community members for getting a better client. Yeah.
All right, excellent. So people will be able to find you on your website, so connect2x.de. They will also be able to find you at the Matrix conference because we will have a booth.
Definitely.
And completely independently of your sponsorship, you submitted a few talks at the Matrix conference, so we are going to reveal the lineup very, very soon. But some of your talks have been accepted, and they look very, very interesting. So people can join the Matrix conference if they want to hear about what it's like to run an open company, an open source company, and what it's like to work on Tammy, etc.
Yeah, yeah. We're really excited to have a booth, and we never have done something like that. But yeah, if you want to talk with us, see our products, or just give some feedback, just come to us at the Matrix conference or watch our talks. I guess we have 4 or 5 accepted. So you will hear a lot from us. Yeah.
Excellent. Is there anything else the world needs to know about Connect2x, about Tammy, about what you are doing?
I guess I already told you a lot. No, right now I don't know, but yeah. If you have some questions, just come and run to our rooms, Matrix rooms, or just write me a message personally. I'm at Benedict.
Colin.
Colin imbitboo.de, but I guess you find me in all the common rooms that a client developer
All right.
is a member of.
I'm going to leave a link to some of the rooms you are in the description of the video, and leave a link to your Matrix profile also
Yeah,
directly.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. Well, at the very worst, we will see you at the conference. At the very best, we will see you earlier if you have other things to promote on Matrix Live. And I see you next week, Matrix Live.
Thank you. Have a nice day.